Imagine that. You're driving and enjoying with your friends, but your focus is elsewhere. Today, let's explore how technology and the surrounding environment can hijack your attention, prompting a realization of reclaiming focus for a joyful and fulfilling life. Realize how your attention and focus suffer today. Slow your mind to get back into the flow. The impressive harm of sleep deprivation, and we need to change now to protect our children's futures. Realize how your attention and focus suffer today. We live in an era of screens that reflect our reality. The internet and devices take away live communication and make you less present. Because of this, you can't do your job effectively, enjoy time with family and friends, or even read a book. When you concentrate on an activity and are suddenly distracted by an email or a message, it takes you 23 minutes to return to the same level of focus. It's a little too much time for a world that's always moving, isn't it? We're too overwhelmed with information to stay focused. The solution lies on the surface. Turn off your phone, remove all possible distractions, and get on with the essential things. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. The problem of attention loss is much deeper and requires more detailed solutions. You will find answers to all these questions here. This summary makes you think about where the influence of each person on their attention ends and the impact of the environment begins. It will be an exciting and educational ride that will make you look at your life differently. Try to focus so as not to miss anything important. Slow your mind to get back into the flow. Your attention is much more than a set of mechanical reactions that external triggers can control. Undoubtedly, at least once in your life, you experienced a state when a specific action fascinated you so much that time and space were left somewhere behind. Perhaps you were climbing mountains, painting a picture, or reading a book. You were experiencing a feeling of flow that resembled a hypnotic trance. This state is one of the highest forms of attention, when you are so engrossed in an activity that you seem to drop out of reality. Most people believe that relaxation is the way to a flow state, but it requires concentration. 3 main components will allow you to feel the flow. Number 1, a formulated goal. You have to decide what exactly you want to do. For example, write a story, bake a cake, or to ride a bicycle. It should be one specific action for which you put aside all other tasks and aspirations. Flow and multitasking do not work together because you must use all your mental abilities to achieve the goal. Number 2, your goal must be precious and meaningful to you. When you plan to write a book and consider this business pointless and inappropriate, you won't get what you want. Make sure you do what matters to you. Number 3, the chosen activity should be at the limit of your capabilities. You shouldn't find it easy, but at the same time, you shouldn't feel too anxious about not succeeding. If you aim to cook a dish, choose a more challenging recipe than the one you mastered last time. Having fulfilled these conditions, you can merge with your goal. Your ego and self-consciousness will fade into the background, and you can experience absolute oneness with the moment. The more you experience the flow state, the better you feel. The screens of mobile phones and other devices distance you from experiencing the flow. You're ripped out of meaningful monotasking by external stimuli like emails, advertisements, and phone reminders. As a result, you can't use the power of long-term focus and feel happy and fulfilled. The impressive harm of sleep deprivation. Today, people live by the rhythm of machines, not by the rhythm of the sun. You fall asleep under the blue light of the phone or TV, only to wake up to the loud sounds of the alarm clock and drink caffeine to regain your vigor. Sometimes, you even have to take sleeping pills to fall asleep. Lack of regular rest destroys your focus. As a result, you cannot effectively work, study, or even spend time with your family. Sleep deprivation leads to rapid negative consequences. Regardless of the reason for not getting enough sleep, it doesn't go away without a trace. Your body perceives a lack of rest as an emergency. As a result, your blood pressure rises, and you consume more fast food and sugar to maintain the desired activity level. Sleep deprivation is a huge problem. According to the National Sleep Foundation, people today rest 20% less than they did 100 years ago. One of the causes of sleep loss is a person's connection with physical light. Our lives are filled with more artificial light than a century ago. Why isn't it managed globally if the sleep problem is so massive? The answer to this question is that society today lives by the values of consumer capitalism. Roughly speaking, your rest is not beneficial for the economy. When you sleep, you don't spend money, you don't shop, and you don't produce anything. Many companies would lose a lot of money if you slept an hour longer. The prosperity of the economic system depends on sleepless people. Considering all the risks that lack of sleep carries for adults and children, it sounds cruel and unfair. One of the most critical questions is understanding how to regain your attention. Undoubtedly, the responsibility lies with each individual to some extent. You can control your screen time, organize your sleep patterns, and do yoga to reduce stress. You can change your habits. Here are some tips to help you decrease your dependence on technology. Use the 10-minute rule. When you feel the urge to scroll through your social media feed, give yourself a break between impulse and action. Plan your work and free time. Write a clear plan for what you will do for the next day or week. Change your notification settings. You won't get distracted while working or studying. Unsubscribe from unnecessary newsletters. And if possible, fix the working hours parameter in email. Of course, these rules can help you get some of your attention back, but will they work in the long run? The fact is that a person depends on the environment in which they exist. If you live in a condition that seeks to put you on the hook of technology, then your struggle is unlikely to withstand such intense influence from the outside. We need to change now to protect our children's futures. It's not just technologies that are driving the human attention crisis. They appeared when stress had already weakened the public's immune system. Today, your life is often unstable and restless. Balancing work and raising kids leaves you with no time to rest. You are in a state of danger when you worry about having enough money to last until your next paycheck. Stress makes you hypervigilant to protect yourself from a threat at the right time. In such conditions, you cannot be present here and now and focus on your studies or work. Hypervigilance steals your focus. Being attentive is heavily influenced by your surroundings. Researchers have found that children who have experienced trauma are more likely to have attention problems than those who grew up peacefully. An equally important factor of reduced attention is improper nutrition. Processed and unnatural foods sold in supermarkets harm your focus. Human brains can only develop and function properly if they get enough nutrients. Vitamins and supplements only partially fix the problem because fresh food is the best way to absorb useful elements. Our diet today isn't just lacking in nutrients, it's also overloaded with harmful dyes and chemicals. There's even a link between food and ADHD in kids. All these facts show that society needs to change its standard living system. Some companies offer 4-day work schedules to their employees because of the attention crunch. These experiments show that employees perform their jobs more efficiently and are generally calmer and happier. It may be cruel optimism since these decisions aren't available to the general public, but these are the first steps to transforming society. We have to worry about ourselves and our children's futures because we do not know where else the attention crisis can lead humanity. We must talk about these problems and work together to overcome them. If these issues seem impossible to you today, think about the long civil struggle for the rights of sexual minorities, which is still bearing fruit. The joint battle to return attention can be long but successful. Thanks to attention, your life can be noteworthy and filled with various purposes. However, if focus decreases, life becomes empty. Attention crises harm not only an individual but also society as a whole. People cannot notice problems that are gradually approaching and carry danger. It includes climate crises and environmental pollution. People must first solve the attention crisis to deal with these global threats. Try this. Number 1. Arrange a reset week for yourself. Give up any gadgets and the internet. It will help you understand how technology steals your attention. Number 2. Take care of your sleep pattern. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Do not use any devices 2 hours before bedtime. Number 3. Go for regular phone-free walks to let your brain wander and form new neural connections. Thanks for watching.